Hello, I'm Keith Jackson. It's amazing how many big plays in Alabama's first 100 years of football have happened right here in Legion Field in Birmingham. Maybe it's because so many Auburn, Tennessee games have been played here, and television's been coming here since the early 60s. I know that I called a lot of the big games myself here in this old stadium, but let me tell you something, folks. There was never a bigger play than the one that happened in the 1985 Auburn game. A little fella named Ben Tippin from Red Bay, walking the sidelines with seconds to play. Bama had led most of the game, but with dark coming on, Auburn had grabbed the lead by a point, 23-22. Then it was time. Van Tippin was sent for. A fourth field goal try from a mere 52 yards to win.
I can just remember, it leaving my foot, and I can't even feel it. Any other kick, I can feel it when it leaves. It was just like I couldn't feel a thing. And then I thought, well, I looked up. And of course, when I got halfway there, I knew it was good.
It's a magic moment of youth, of college football, that you can never forecast the big play. And how about the 1967 Iron Bowl? Legion Field was more like a Legion Lake. Rain and more rain, back when they played on real grass and mud. Again, it was Auburn. Late in the day, the Tigers leading 3-0.
Man in motion right. Here's Stabler, keeping himself. Stabler now cuts in. He's at the 40-yard line. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's got it. Here he comes again. Stabler, there goes the end. Here's the block by Holman. There was a block by Mike Hall back there, too. Chatwood's blocked, and Stabler turned it on. I could watch that all night.
Kenny Stabler's famous run in the mud covered 53 yards, the longest tied run of the season. Good for a 7-3 victory.
Oh, God, that's a fantastic run by Alabama Snake.
Let's go back in time, back to the 1965 Orange Bowl in our recollection of big plays. Texas was leading 21-17, 4th and goal, Alabama very late. The media had worn out the fact Joe Namath was playing with a sore knee. Coach Paul Bryant figured, do the unexpected, sore knee and all, quarterback sneak. Just short, according to the linesman, not according to Joe.
I know. I was over the line. I got back up and crossed it to argue with the official. And I learned how to accept the loss like that. It was an awful feeling. Also, the fourth down attempt, Coach Bryant tried to cover up for me for some strange reason and said he called the play. Maybe he did. I was unaware of it. I thought I called it. And it was inches to go, and I have a philosophy, as the Alabama football team has, that we can whip anybody for that distance. And I believe we did whip them for that distance. We just didn't get credit for it.
Oh, well, on to the next level and new adventures. There is really no way you can adequately portray big play football history at Alabama without dealing some with that infamous play in 1954 at the Cotton Bowl. The Tide was playing Rice with the great running back Dickie Magle, and when the swift one with the name with the umlaut broke loose and headed down the sidelines for a 95-yard touchdown run, young Tommy Lewis couldn't stand it. And when Magle passed the bench, Tommy nailed him dead center. They gave Magle his touchdown, and Tommy Lewis's infamy has long centered into fond memory. Rice won the ball game 28-6. Alabama's touchdown? Yep, Tommy Lewis. One of the wearing big plays in Alabama football history goes back to Wallace Wade, 1931 Rose Bowl game against Washington State. Wade started his second team against the Cougars, knowing well if they held them defensively, it could bring a huge emotional collapse across the field. It worked. 24-0 Alabama. And like Coach Wade said so many times, nobody ever wins a football game somebody loses it. In any great come-from-behind victory, you wonder if the coaches have been able to make the crucial adjustments at halftime that can turn things for you. Alabama owes one of its most exciting last minutes to the indomitable spirit of a quarterback who just simply wouldn't leave Sand Stadium without a win. It happened against the Georgia Bulldogs in 1985, and it happened in the last minute of play.
It was our opening game. We'd come off a difficult year the year before, and I think just really wanted to concentrate, and I think everyone kept together and knew we had a chance to do it. It was a great thrill to be able to execute. It's something that you dream about as a quarterback.
Schuler to throw, big rush, Mike looking, firing into the end zone, touchdown Alabama! Alabama leads!
Final score, Alabama 20, Georgia 16. The play doesn't have to decide a game with time running out. It can set the tone for a game. On the first day from scrimmage against Nebraska in the 1967 Sugar Bowl, Ken Stabler passed to end Ray Perkins. Went for 45 yards. 7 plays later, Les Kelly rammed his way into the end zone for the touchdown, and it was over before it started. Nebraska did not score until the fourth quarter. Bama added to its list of big plays with the final of the day. Again, Stabler to Perkins. Again, 45 yards.
Real great play by Kenny Stabler. He could have had a big loss, but here you see, nice block over there by Wayne Cook. Terrific block by Wayne Cook, and Ray Perkins goes in for another score. Look at this. This is the play that Coach Williamson wanted to put in, that was threw twice, completed twice, one for a touchdown. But without Stabler's terrific play there, and without this block of Wayne Cook, well, of course, about the 11 men, it wouldn't have been. Look at Perkins turning it on. He has that tremendous speed and great desire. Ray Perkins, truly a great football player and a great young man, a great leader.
The Tide dominated the Cornhuskers 34-7. Big plays come in different wrapping. Sometimes inspiration for them come from unexpected sources. Like the 1963 Orange Bowl game, Alabama's playing mighty Oklahoma. Well, his advisors had suggested to President John Kennedy that he visit the Oklahoma locker room before the ball game. It made sense. Oklahoma was famous. Oklahoma was favored. Well, around the corner, you know what was going on. Bear's got his skinny little old kids in that locker room, and he's in high baritone, telling them how the President of the United States was snubbing Alabama. Well, by kickoff, the Red Elephants were exactly that, red and elephants. On the field, the Tide played like crimson was in their blood. Joe Namath hit Richard Williamson for a 25-yard touchdown. And Cotton Clark ran 15 yards for another. Leroy Jordan had 31 tackles. Final score, Oklahoma, 0. Alabama, 17. And thank you, presidential advisors. In times past, the Alabama-Georgia Tech series has had a lot of everything, including thrills and big plays, and especially when Paul Brown Tech coach Bobby Dodd were matching wits.